Hi guys, it's Dina and I'm back with another Speedpaint video. This time I drew Edward Elric from Fullmetal Alchemist, and yeah, I watched the Brotherhood edition of the series very recently and I was super hyped up to draw him. He's one of my favorite characters by now, and to be honest, I would love to draw any of the characters from the series with one exception. Yeah. Anyway, so the reason why I made this picture is because I'm participating in an art battle against one of the artists I met on Instagram. The idea of art battles was his, and he has done 2 of them already, and the concept is that 2 artists are drawing a common theme and they upload their final results online so that people can compare them. This artist's username is artisticnick and he's active on both Instagram and YouTube. The links for his page and his channel are waiting in the description box. I'm sure you will love his work, so you should definitely check him out. And the reason why I liked the idea of art battles is that there is no prize. You just do it because it's interesting, because you want to do it. And I think that's really nice. And secondly, it's very interesting to see how 2 people will interpret a similar subject. You may like when someone gives you a subject to draw, you have a clear idea on your head, and another person's idea could be very different from your own, and it's nice to see the other person's take on it. So yeah, it's I had a lot of fun doing this, and I am I wouldn't say too pleased, but I am okay. I am an okay level of pleased with how the picture came out, and the reason why I'm kind of like, damn it could have been better, is because I made the braid too long and I noticed it after I finished the inking. But yeah, let's just pretend that he forgot to get a haircut when this picture is supposed to take place. I'm making up excuses and I have no shame. Shading wise, I might have gone a little bit overboard on the skin, but I wanted to add a lot of details in the automail arm and the cape, and I was trying to have an equal amount of details in the whole picture, because if I had an overly detailed arm and an overly detailed cape, the rest of it would look a little bit sloppy. I don't know if I overdid it or not. Maybe it's just me. You know, every artist is his own worst critic sometimes. So, for the arm, I used a full set of cold gray markers and a little bit of a lavender marker, and around like where the highlights are. And I chose to make the transition from the highlights to the dark parts of the metal a bit dramatic to give out the metal texture. I tried to blur the borders around the highlights a little bit, because if it was a crisp transition from light to dark, that would mean that the arm is made out of a reflective type of metal, and that's not the case here. For the when drawing metal in general, you have to take 2 things into consideration. It basically has 2 kinds of shades. I don't know. I'm not sure if there is a word for this in English, but let's call them shades. So first thing is that the shades that it has, because there is a light source hitting it, and because of its volume and its shape, it creates some natural induced shades. And the second thing is the reflective shades. I mean, maybe there is something dark near the object and it reflects a dark spot. Basically, the shades created from the light help to convey the shape and the volume of the metal object, and the reflective shades help to convey the texture. That the first one, it has to do with shape, the second one has to do with the type of metal that you're dealing with. So ideally, if you want to do something metallic, you could search what kind of metal it's supposed to be out of, and use that as a reference to make it look natural. As for the cape, I used a really light pink marker, and I drew the top parts of the folds of the fabric, and basically I used this to kind of map out the movement of the cape, and this acted as like some sort of guideline system for the shading. I actually tend to do that. I think other people are doing it as well, like using a lighter color as a guideline for shading is a pretty good solution. I don't know if it's ideal or not, but it's a pretty good solution to have more precise shading, because by the time you're done, you cannot see the guidelines at all, and it helps you to not mess up. So it's an option. I don't know if all people find this to be helpful, but it's possible. It's a thing. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I have anything else to say about how I made this picture. I mean, the rest are pretty much regular stuff. Usually I'm not the best speaker out there. I don't do voiceovers for my speed paints, but from now on, I am planning to do more voiceovers and talk about how the picture was made, or about art-related topics, instead of just having the speed paint and some boring background music. And yeah, if you like voiceovers more than background music, tell me in the comments below, and I will keep doing them. If you have any suggestions of topics or any thoughts, just write them down below. So here's how the final picture looks, and if you want to take a better look at it, I have posted a photo on Instagram and DeviantArt. Links are also in the description down below. And yeah, I hope you guys like this video. If you're interested to see more, subscribe to my YouTube channel and press the notification button, and you can also follow me on Instagram and DeviantArt. I hope to see you next time. Bye!